In this next section, I want to begin discussing what is psychic ability. I want to create some true and solid definitions of words commonly used and ideas and concepts to help you truly grasp what all of this is before we get too far into developing how to do it. So to begin, I need to first develop a word, or more appropriately a term, which is of course psychic ability. After all, we can't really talk about psychic ability until we know what it is. Now, psychic ability is generally accepted as any ability outside the realm of normal. Well, that's kind of subjective, isn't it? Normal, by definition, is anything you decide it is. Normal is too broad a term. It means too many things. After all, what's normal for me isn't necessarily going to be normal for you or for anyone else you know for that matter. So any ability outside the realms of normal, that really doesn't help narrow it down or put any kind of reality or focus to it. But that's the generally accepted definition, and that's the one we'll begin with. I'll go into more detail in a moment. Now, from psychic ability, it also then leads us to what a psychic itself is. So the best definition of psychic and the most accurate is anyone using psychic ability, but that's not really true, because anyone using psychic ability is anyone using any ability outside of normal, and well, that covers just about everything. So for me, I would include, say, I don't know, theoretical physicist as psychic, because for me that's certainly not the realms of my normal. That's well beyond my understanding and well over my head. So that's really not an accurate definition of psychic, is it? Because it's too broad. So to add better clarity to the word psychic, I would say it more accurately is defined as anyone using a psychic ability to create money, to make money. So what that means is psychic, really best described, is a job title. That's it. So it's a job title that relates to any ability that we consider supernatural or paranormal that allows them to generate money. So a tarot reader would be a psychic if they're doing it to make money. That's the simple basic definition, folks. That's reality for you. Now, to go deeper, we really need to understand what psychic ability is really, because none of that really gives us anything to work with, does it? So I've taken the time to create a much more direct and in-depth definition of psychic ability. Now, it's the one that when I say psychic ability at any part in this course, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about things outside the realm of normal. I'm not talking about someone making money. I'm talking about the real deal. Now, real psychic ability is normal and natural. We all, in some form or other, possess abilities, and some will, of course, go beyond what we would classify as normal. That's just the way things are. We're all unique and different. We can all do unique and different things. So some of us are going to be able to go further than others. So to get into the definition, the accurate definition of psychic ability, it's best described as any ability outside the accepted bounds of the physical body that creates or causes a direct effect on any part of the body, mind, or environment that surrounds us. Much more complicated, isn't it? Well, what this really means in more simple terms is anything outside the realm of what my physical body can do that can create an effect that has an impact on anything around me, whether it's my body, someone else's body, whether it's my own mind or someone else's mind, or whether it's just the things around me. That's what psychic ability really is. So someone like a theoretical physicist that I mentioned a moment ago, that's within the realms of the physical body, so of course it can't be psychic ability. A tarot reader who is simply reading the book and has memorized cards, that's not a psychic ability because that's using the memory. Well, that's a normal physical part of the body. So what psychic really means is things beyond that normal bounds of physical. So someone who we'll use intuitive, for example, something very commonly known, although very highly misinterpreted. Someone who's intuitive, that simply knows something is occurring without direct evidence, well, that's definitely outside the physical body. Now, to make it a psychic ability, it would have to have an effect on their mind or their own body or someone else's. So intuition is only a psychic ability if it creates a direct effect on my mind. Well, me gaining knowledge that I have no right to gain, I classify that as a direct effect, don't you? So intuition, of course, falls under psychic ability. Now, me personally, I don't like to combine healing ability and psychic ability. Yes, healing ability does fall under psychic ability in my true definition, because true healing ability, not simply laying on of hands and goofing off, real actual healing ability does cause a specific defined effect within the body of the person they're working on. And that effect is simply, truthfully, outside the realms of the physical body. Remember, physical body. That doesn't mean any of the other so-called bodies or anything else. Physical body. So again, to define psychic ability the way we will use it is this: any ability outside the realm of the physical body that creates or causes a direct effect on any part of the body, mind, or environment that surrounds us. So remember that. It is important. And that really is what psychic ability is. It's that defined effect. And it's this series of videos that I hope to help you uncover what your abilities are, so that you can create those defined effects, that you can create specific alterations to things around you, whether it be knowledge, whether it be, even like telekinesis, for example, moving a penny across the table, whatever it is. But the only way I can do that is to give you an accurate foundation. Now that you have an accurate foundation, we can move into more in-depth topics. We can go further. So always remember, I'm going to say it again just because I really, really want to reinforce it. Psychic ability is best defined as any ability outside the accepted bounds of the physical body that creates or causes a direct effect on any part of the body, mind, or environment that surrounds us. I cannot reinforce that enough. Remember, psychic is a job title. I will never use that word. I will always use ability, talent, or psychic ability. For me, they all mean the same thing. So that's really what is psychic ability. See you in the next section.